What's up, everybody? Big Herc 916, Prison Talk Live. Excuse me as I take the last couple bites of my peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I just went for a nice little walk, man, and I didn't get a chance to eat. So I'm going to have this little peanut butter and jelly sandwich and then go cook after I talk to you guys for a little bit. How's everybody doing out there? Have everybody had a good weekend? We got Memorial Day coming up Monday. What's everybody's plans for Memorial Day? What up with it, man? Nothing like an old school P&J sandwich sometimes, man. Old school P&J. Shout out to the P&J. Yeah, man. Big things coming up. You guys make sure you go and subscribe to our IG Fresh Out series. Big Herc 916 IG, Big Herc 916 YouTube. Pick you up some merch. Man in a can. Man, I take this every day along with yard time. I don't drink coffee, so yard time is a great substitute. Pick you guys some up at freshoutseries.com. Yeah, man. Big Herc 916, go get you Never Settle for Average. That's what it's about, man. Never settling for average. And average just means that you're not just trying to survive. You're actually pushing yourself, man. So everybody's average is different, man. Some people got offended, but, I don't give a damn. I don't know. I just never got into drinking coffee, man. Never got into drinking coffee, man. Well, I can't really talk about that topic over here, buddy, because that's a very sensitive subject with a lot of people, man. And these dudes, they had taxed our channel so hard talking about certain things, so I'm not going to really speak on too much. I haven't been to Sedona yet. I plan on going to Sedona real soon, taking a trip out there with the wife. I would love to go out there and hang out for the day. That's in the near future. I'm doing a men's health summit on June 5th. You can check out my IG story, Big Herc 916. Also, Fresh Out IG story. The flyers in there come through. I'm going to be talking about health, being safe. Yeah, man. Anything they talking about mandatory, I ain't with it, man. So you know where I stand with that. But anyways, yeah, I'll be talking about just health and taking care of yourself, man, and having a winner mentality. Don't be a victim in life, all that good stuff, man. Also on June 19th, I'll be doing a meet and greet car show for Father's Day in Chandler, Arizona, at the Gastro Monkey Pub. Come through from 8 to 10 a.m. Lots of cars. Gonna have the food truck out there, DJ. It's gonna be popping. So come through, check it out, man. Love to see you guys, man. NTS is still jumping off. Shout out to Jeff Brown. We doing big things with NTS. We're also working on a car show version of NTS. So that's in the works right now. We've been putting together footage for that, and we're going to be dropping a car show real soon, and that's going to be on cable, though. We're looking to get on a network with that, so stay tuned for that. It'll be coming along real soon. Just a lot of big projects, man. Got a really big interview coming up for you guys next month. I don't want to say too much about it until we do the interview, but we got a really big interview that's going to be going down, so look forward to that. Other than that, man, just being healthy, working out 5 days a week, eating good. If you guys need any nutrition tips, workout tips, I got a book on the website, Resistance Responsive Training. It breaks down a lot of the just basic nutritional elements of training, dieting, all that good stuff, man. Um, yeah, man. Yeah, I heard about that shooting, man. Man, sorry to hear all the people who were affected by that in San Jose, man. That's a horrible thing, man. Horrible thing. Um, yeah, man. Condolences to the families that were affected by that. But yeah, man. So NTC, we got some great stuff coming up. That's gonna be the car show, but you guys gotta yeah, be looking out for that, man. And like I said, make sure you share the channel, hit this the like button. Shout out to Mike, who's doing very good. The guy we interviewed from Arizona, who did time in Arizona with his interviews. And yeah, we're just trying to really put out good content, man. Everybody wants to hear about busting cheeks, huh? Well, we haven't done any busting cheek videos lately, but we'll see what we can, round up for you guys. Actually, we what did we do? We didn't do one about busting cheeks. On Big Herc 916, I did a video about the simps. So there's no sympathy for the simping out there. The simps, they get no respect, man. And if you don't want to be called a simp, then man up. Man up, man. Yeah, we're doing none of that weirdo stuff over here, man. When we talk about anything to do with cheek busting, we're talking about females. We're not with the weirdo stuff over here, and we try to keep it positive, man. Our whole thing is elevating consciousness, having a good time, of course, living life, man, and that's what it's about. Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on with inflation, man. If you wanna read about some real bussin' cheeks game, buy the Bedroom Gangster book. It's on Amazon. It's on BigHerc916.com. But the homie Tone in the book, he's a straight coochie assassin. So it's an urban erotic novel I wrote while I was in the pen. You could check it out. And you read that to your girl, and you're going to be busting her cheeks all night. It's a guaranteed cheek buster. Yeah, man. It's all about manning up over here. We support anybody that's trying to learn how to stand up for themselves and, actually make their mark in life, man. It's too many men right now, simping and ain't putting down no alpha game. Timur Norani, thank you for the donation, man. Big Herc, keep up the good work, bro. You ever beat up anyone in the pen for Peter gazing? Nah, man, it didn't run across any Peter gazers up in there. Anytime you have any inclination that somebody's a potential Peter gazer, you gotta check that real quick, man. You gotta get the hell away from them, man. So yeah, ain't no issues with any Peter gazers. I didn't have any issues with any Peter gazers in prison. Yeah, we're working on another cheek buster design. We haven't got it, perfected yet, but I know you guys have been requesting. The last one we had was the Ghostbuster theme. So, I'm gonna talk with Big Ant and see what we come up with. But we're about due. I mean, we've been so busy filming and doing other stuff, we haven't had much time to focus on merch. So we'll look into that for you guys. Yeah, we're gonna get into all the shout outs at the end too. What do you guys think about Kwame Brown putting it down on everybody. He's slapping everybody across the internet right now, putting people on blast. My favorite book to read or podcast to listen to. I like to read inspirational stuff. I mean, I haven't got a chance to read. I have a book in there. I started reading. I haven't finished, but usually I'm reading things that inspire me. One of the magazines I read is Heavy Hitters. These are old, but I have this whole collection, and these books, magazines, have very inspirational stories about people who have made themselves. So I read those from time to time to get motivated. But that's one of the things that kind of pump me up. I love hearing about success stories, man. People that have turned their life around, or people who started out with nothing and made something of their life. That's what inspires me. Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink is a really good book. I'm gonna have to check it out. I read David Goggins' book. I've seen Jocko's podcast. I haven't read his book, but much respect to that dude, man. He a G, man. He's a man's man. He's about his business, just like David Goggins. No excuses, man. Jeff Santillo, thank you for the donation. What up, Herc? I used to be fat. I started working out and get some muscles now. I got more females asking me out. Big difference. Feel healthy. Hey, man, congrats to you, man. Congrats to you. That's what it's about. Building that confidence up, man, and being a hammer. Turn yourself into the hammer and let these women know you ain't playing around when it comes to putting down that laying that hammer of Thor. Oh yeah, the Rob Report. I read the Rob Report too, man. I could walk around with the Rob Report when I was in the pen, man, and dudes used to hate on me. I haven't considered being a programmer. Right now, my focus, I got my novel I'm working on. I got a script I'm working on with some partners. We're pushing to a network. My goal is to make this movie. We got a movie we wrote over this whole lockdown situation, and that's my major goal, is to take Fresh Out to the next level. How to gain weight, skinny dude like me? You got to eat and train, man. Food is the building block of muscle. You got to eat if you want to put on size. Tommy Williams, thank you for the donation. Why do young idiots think prison is a good idea? Because they listen to too many rap songs. Most of these guys, man, they've never done anything in their life, and they listen to some of these guys on the internet, YouTube, bragging about prison like they went there and got tattoos, like they did something. And dude, prison is garbage. Prison is for losers, bro. And I'll tell you that straight up. I was a loser when I was in prison. Not because I was I didn't have a loser mentality, but I was a loser. I made garbage choices. So prison is not, go and do other things with your life, man. Be a professional coochie assassin, man, and get educated at the same time. Have fun. To help being around a bunch of dudes. Who wants to hang out with dudes all day? I never understood that. A bunch of dudes, man. I mean, what, man? What's the point? Talking about nothing. Are you just doing this dead too long? Yeah, I do eat red meat. Middle of the night, you out in Western Ireland. Damn, okay, man. Thank you for watching, man. I know crazy time difference, man. Now, you can't get creatine in the feds. You can get it probably in the state, but in the feds, you're very limited. The only thing I had access to in the feds powdered milk, bro. I used to have guys steal powdered milk out the kitchen for me. And I'd make my oatmeal with powdered milk and peanut butter and a little bit of granola. And that was my breakfast. Every morning, that's what I have for breakfast, man, because you only had eggs on the weekend. Um, will I ever go to the East Coast for an interview? We've been to Detroit. We had somebody pay for us to go to Detroit. We did an interview. Um, we're down to travel wherever. It's just typically a lot of people we catch them on the West Coast, but man, we're statewide, man. I would like to get some people in Florida. I would like to get out and get some people from New York. I've actually had some people come from New York to California to do interviews. What do you think needs to happen to get people to take the blinders off on the crazy shit going on in the world, especially here in the States? Man, I don't know, man. Some people don't want to wake up, man. You know what I mean? You know, all I could do is the most part, man. If you're woke already, I mean, then it's easier to communicate. But I can't wake the sleep up, man. And it's like some people, you're just on two different frequencies. It's like trying to talk to somebody who's cool with being, really ghetto, and somebody who wants to be successful, man. I mean, you can't force a person to change who they are. They got to want to change themselves. And some people, man, they watch too much, news anyway. They're programmed. Any lowrider shows, concours type cars? Yeah, man. I mean, I've done videos on Big Herc 916 of lowrider shows. So, I do like lowriders, man. I respect the work that goes into building a nice lowrider. I'm just not a lowrider type of guy. Hey, man. Jay Hetero, thank you for the donation, brother. Thank you, man. What's your favorite book? Man, I was just talking about this last night on live stream with Big Herc 916. My favorite book. The book that impacted me the most in life. The book that changed my life. I have it right here. This book put me on a spiritual path that changed my life, man. I had a astral astral experience, an out of body experience when I read this book. This is all three books actually. This is Conversations with God. It's a spiritual, not religious, but man, it has some things in it, man, that just blew me away, man. It's like you're talking to God, and he's talking back to you in real time. It's crazy, man. This book is just, the way it's written. It's just like, man, it's profound. It's nothing like I've ever read before. But it's by Neil Donald Scott Walsh, and it's just, man, very simple, not religious. It's just spiritual, man. Yeah, some of the stuff it says in here, man, it's just, it'll blow you away. I'll tell you something real quick. I'll pull something out of here real quick. It says, one of the things in here, and this is in book one. This is all three books. But it says, how can I know this communication is from God? How do I know this is not my own imagination? And then God says, what would be the difference? Do you not see that I could just as easily work through your imagination as anything else? I will bring you the exact right thoughts, words, or feelings at any given moment, suited precisely to the purpose at hand, using one device or several. You will know these words are from me because you, of your own accord, have never spoken so clearly. Had you already spoken clearly on these questions, you would not be asking them. Man, powerful stuff, bro. Powerful stuff. So, great book, man. What'd you say? You said Texas cutting off the extra money on unemployment. I think it'll help smaller businesses. I don't know, man. I didn't hear about Texas. I know they got something about non-licensed to carry. They're working on. I heard something about that. About it's gonna become like the Wild West out there, but I haven't really looked into anything else. People need to travel to other places, see how life is in other places. It will humble you quick, motivate you to take advantage of U.S. citizenship. But I agree. A lot of people have never been anywhere, so they don't know what it's like in other parts of the world, man. So they sit around here and they complain all day. They feel entitled. Need some music when working out, Herc? What do I listen to? I mean, listen to whatever motivates you, man. I mean, I listen to sometimes old school. Sometimes I listen to Nipsey Hussle. It just depends. Listen to open a transitional home. What do you think would have helped you most when you first trying to get back on my feet? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I was in the halfway house, but what helped me was I just hustled, man. I mean, I had a certain mentality. I got out of prison. I didn't, you know, I didn't really look at myself as a victim. I was looking at, implementing all these ideas I came up with. So the thing that I think most people, if you don't have a place to live, is having some place to rest your head while you get on your feet is the most important. Is having a roof over your head. If you have a roof over your head, you can have a sense of stability, and then you can focus on making money. Nick Avila, Power Glove. Thank you for the donation, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You should have a new book every week that you recommend reading or better ourselves. I mean, there's a lot of books out there. I mean, man, I've read so many books, and then, looking back now, a lot of these books, I gave a lot of books away. Turned on people onto a lot of different books. I mean, Rich Dad Poor Dad, Napoleon Hill, a lot of autobiographies, man. There's so much information out there. Now I just like to sometimes meditate, man. I'll go outside in the morning and eat my breakfast, watch the doves on the rocks, think about life, how blessed I am, and that's kind of in a different place right now, man. I mean, I went through a spiritual awakening, and now my thing is staying, tuned in to that vibe, maintaining that positive vibe. Ricky V, thank you for the donation. Yo, Herc, Kundalini Cheek Buster crew checking in. I see you, man. I know you're, you down with that hammer. You putting that hammer down on them females. That was a good statement you read off. I've been deployed to several countries in the Middle East and have seen the worst of human nature, and people here got it good. Yeah, man, I agree, man. I mean, dude, a lot of people have no idea, and, it's the values here and the stuff they're pushing to make people think. I mean, a lot of people talk all this garbage. And I say take them let them go to another country, and they want to talk about that, all the stuff they're talking about. Get rid of this, get rid of that. Go there, go to these other places and do that. And watch what happens. You will be punished. The type of stuff they're doing here, man, shoot, man, you'll get public whoopings. Beating up old people and doing stupid stuff, you'll get public whoopings. Pull that belt out and whoop your ass right in front of everybody in the community. Tommy Williams, what up, man? What gets you further in prison, brains or brawn? Brains, bro, but you gotta have some brawn with it. It's a combination. Because if you're too smart for your own good, The dudes who can't really think, the barbarians, will come and get you. But if they think that there's a possibility they get that ass whooped, that you put hands on them, that you have the ability to, handle your business, they're gonna think twice. So it's a combination. You can't just be all brawn, but you can't be all brains either. Because I've seen people with all brains get beat down, and I've seen a dude who was all brawn get beat down, get checked in. So, it goes both ways, man. You got to have a little bit of both. Nick Avila, Power Glove, thank you again for the donation. How do you think prison in the U.S. could provide more rehabilitation and lower the recidivism rate? For one, man, a lot of people in prison are drug addicts. A lot of people are addicted to drugs, have drug issues, drug addiction, and they get out and they go back because they're supporting a drug habit. They don't want to make it on the street. They're very depressed. They have very little desire to be a part of society. No family. These guys are just, they're just at the bottom, man. Prison, I would say, if a guy has learns a job skill and educates himself, when he gets out and he can get a job, he can stay out of trouble. The thing is, if you go to work every day, you're not on the streets, you're staying out of trouble. So having a job, putting more emphasis on trades, and in a lot of these places, man, it's just making people a valuable commodity. If you have a job skill, you become a commodity. You can get out and do whatever you want. Shout out to Dex. He was on our channel, man. This guy learned how to weld. He became a union welder. Now he's got his own welding company. I mean, so, there's a lot of opportunities, man, depending on what you do with your life. Tamor Norani, thank you again. Did you ever look into reading the Quran, being Muslim? Never looked into reading, being a Muslim. I've read, and I can't say I've read like thoroughly the Quran. I've read a book about different religions. I'm not a religious person, man. I don't follow any particular doctrine per se where I'm gonna, I look unto myself as a spiritual being and being, blessed by God, that I'm beyond, like, I'm not going to allow a religion to dictate how I have my relationship with God, which I don't knock anybody who's religious, but it's just, for me, I have my own personal relationship, man, and I am my temple, my temple is here. Wherever I am, I'm with God. So I just have a different perspective, but hey, man, shout out to everybody who's, all the Muslims, Christians out there, whatever your religion is, man, God bless you. Yeah, man. One thing I realized is once I created my own personal relationship with God, I didn't have to go through any conduit. I'm my own conduit when it comes to speaking with God, and I've been blessed, man. I've had a great life coming out of prison, and a lot of opportunities, man. I got one of the best business partners, great wife, great manager. I have a great team with me, man, and I'm just operating on a very high frequency level, and I contribute that to having my relationship with God. PD, thank you for the donation, man. Appreciate you. Are you Albanian? Well, I don't know what that means. Yeah, man. Spirituality is my thing, and I think that allows me to really touch a lot of people, man, and to not, kind of put myself in a box. What happens when your own human mind conduit says something is acceptable that isn't? Yeah, I mean, why would my mind say something that's acceptable that isn't? It doesn't work like that. I mean, maybe your mind works like that, but my mind doesn't accept things that aren't accepted as far as in my with my morals. I don't do things that violate my morals. I mean, some people have no willpower and they blame it on something in their head, some voice. I don't have no voice controlling my body. I control my body. That's the difference. A lot of people have no willpower. I'm not even gonna speak on that situation. Graduating with your MBA, what business advice would you give someone who wants to open a company? I would say, man, just be persistent, man. Be persistent, and do your research on whatever the business is you want to get into. Possibly, if you could find a mentor that'll take you under their wing, so you can learn the ins and outs of that business before you break out off on your own and you make all the mistakes working for somebody else. By the time you start your own business, you'll have a better understanding of that business you want to get into. A lot of times, I've made a lot of mistakes because, dude, I've started apps, I've started clothing lines, I've started just multitude of businesses. And being in LA, bro, nobody helps you. Everybody hopes you fail. Nobody wants you to win, and that's just I'm not mad about it. It's just I was willing to take those chances. But if having somebody that's knowledgeable, and even then there's people I paid that just got over. You know what I mean? That just took your money and they didn't come through with their promises either. So, make sure just do your homework on whatever business you want to start, so that you can have the best information possible. I'm looking to get some golf clubs. I haven't picked up any yet, but for sure I'm gonna get into that gradually. Go to the driving range, learn how to putt. I'm so busy. I just haven't had the time yet. When I went golfing with Chappie, did it make me want to move to AZ? What made me want to move to AZ? Shout out to Chappie, man. Chappie was one of the reasons I came to Arizona. His hospitality, his family, how they embraced me and my wife. I've never had anybody show me that kind of love that I just met on just in passing. And when I seen how he treated me and my wife, and I started meeting the people in Arizona, man, it just changed my perspective, man. I mean, sometimes we get jaded and you think that everybody's out to get over on you. And so, you put up a red flag, but I mean, coming out to Arizona, it showed me that there's some good people in the world. And when I moved out here, man, it's just been all positive. I've met some wonderful people in Arizona, man. I'm very blessed. Nick Avila, Power Glove, thank you for the donation. Will you ever bring back the Prison Talk podcast? Yeah, man. I mean, me and Big Ant, we just got so much going on. Once we are able to, kind of work out some of the other big projects we got going on, and get kind of a routine as far as our filming and our scheduling, because right now we're really just, man, we're kind of like all over the place. I'll eventually bring back, we'll eventually do a podcast again. I mean, we had fun doing it. I love having Ant on the line with me, great commentary. It's just, right now, it's just, we don't have the time. I mean, we're shooting NTS, NTC, Fresh Out, Prison Talk. We're shooting so much stuff, man. I mean, it's just, we got a full plate. Um, yeah, man, we had fun doing the podcast. It was just we didn't have it was just a lot of work, you know. I mean, trying to schedule that with all the other stuff we had going on. I was just hoping you might give me insight into the evolution of market economy. So I don't know. That's you. You're. I don't know what you're talking about with that, man. That's their own little thing. Thomas Sowell. Thomas Sowell. I watch his stuff, man. I respect the guy. Thomas Sowell is, man, very. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name right, but I mean, dude, he's very intelligent. I think one of the greatest minds of our time. I respect the man. I think he's, you know, he's very underrated, and I love watching his talks, man. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Thomas. You know, um, real estate. That's my next move. You know, family property, but not personal. But that's my next move as far as some things I want to get into. I got a um, couple of big moves I want to make that I'm gonna do in the next 2 years. So I'm just kind of waiting to see where the market, how it pans out. You know, based on all the stuff going on with our economy right now. But you know, I got some things up my sleeve that I'm putting together. Some big real estate moves that are going to be coming to fruition. No, I was in CYA in 1991. I was in CYA in 1991. I did from 19, let me see, no, 1992 to 1994, bro. I was in CYA. And then I went to the fire camp. Yeah, I'm still involved in crypto. I'm still involved in crypto. I made some money, and I'm just waiting for my stuff to bubble back up, man. But yeah, it's all good. Van Dollar Bill, what up, man? Bigo Herc, this is Van Dollar Bill, fan of yours. Everyone follow him on Bigo. Good content over there also. Yeah, man. Shout out to you, Van Dollar Bill, man. Yeah, I do the live streams on Bigo a couple times a week. And, you know, over there on Bigo, man, I don't have to worry about the censorship. So I've been putting down some good content over there, you guys. You tune in. Make sure you tune in over there. Um, any advice on building credit, maybe benefit if right now you're truly got in. As far as credit, man, I would say, you know, maybe start off with a secure credit card. You can get those. You know, a lot of your banks, when you open an account, you can get a secure credit card, or you can get a credit card through. I mean, everybody's giving you credit cards now, but you get a credit card. Say when you go make a purchase at a department store, and then, you know, pay it off or leave a small balance, and then, you know, every time you make a big purchase, pay it down, and then, you know, eventually it'll jump your credit score, and you'll get other credit offers. But as long as you're making your payments and you keep your balance low, it's great for building your credit. And then, you know, you can pretty much at that point, if you can leverage that, you know, you can make moves, man. I mean, I've seen people buy cars on credit card, turn around, flip the cars, make money. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do depending on how you leverage that credit. You know, you can turn that credit into, you know, making it work for you depending on how you invest it. Um, yeah, man, let's get into the shout outs, you guys. Where's everybody from tonight? Where's everybody from, man? Hopefully, all you guys are taking advantage of all the opportunities out there. Um, we got who we got in the house? I seen we had somebody from Ireland earlier. Of across the world. Yeah, we ain't watching no sports over here. Only thing I watch is a little bit of F1, and even that's suspect. Texas, I see you. Oklahoma City, Santa Rosa. I remember I went to Santa Rosa Junior College, 98. Houston, Wichita, Kansas, Brennan, Texas, Melbourne, Orlando, Oklahoma City, Anchorage, Alaska, Houston, Nick Avila, Power Glove, thank you for the donation. How did you get your YouTube channel to blow up? Man, shit. Blow up? We should be at 1 million, bro. Me and Ant we've been pushing this channel, man, so hard, and we're still at 500,000. We've been stuck at 500,000 for over a year, man. We should be at over 1 million based on the game we give out, but it's a lot of politics, man. And we've been on YouTube since 2013, so it's not overnight. It's you know, a lot of bamboozle going on, and you know, we just keep pushing, man. You know, but it didn't blow up overnight. Czech Republic, Oklahoma City, Boston, Kansas City, Novato, Cali Bay. Yeah, I know where Novato's at. That's not too far from Petaluma, man. I used to live in Roanoke Park. Woodlands, Texas, Four Oaks, North Carolina, Alaska, Venice Beach, Tippecanoe, Ohio, St. Paul, Minneapolis, Iowa, Dubai, UK. You know, I would like to go to UK, man. I mean, I don't know. With my ex-felon, man, I don't know if they're going to let me in, though. So I got to figure out what's going on, man, before I get over there and they won't let me in. But, yeah, I'd love to visit. I want to travel the world, man. I mean, next year I plan on going to Europe, visiting some spots in Europe. And, you know, I'm all about traveling and seeing different places. St. Louis, North Highlands, okay. That's my backyard, man. Phoenix, Arizona, Harrisburg, Albania, Europe, okay. Yeah, man. You know, all you guys from around the world, i.e. Indiana, much love to all you guys, man. I'm definitely, you know, looking to kind of turn this up a whole nother notch, man, and branch out and do some big things, man, and you know, really, you know, take Fresh Out to the next level. So if you're looking to get on, holler at us. You got a really good story. You don't have to have been locked up. If you're a multimillionaire, you're successful, you're an entrepreneur, you want to tell your story, shoot us a message at freshoutseries.com, and we'll get you on, man. I mean, it's not about being a gangster. It's about really being positive and accomplish something in life. You know, Australia, France, hey, man, I see you, 405. But, yeah, man, everybody that tuned in, we appreciate you guys. And, man, we'll be back next week, 8 o'clock, Mountain Time. And, yeah, man, let's talk about big things, man. Positivity, motivation, change, inspiration, and, you know, enjoying life.